President Bongbong Marcos, who has directed concerned government agencies to ensure the strict enforcement of the implementing rules and regulations or IRR of the Magna Carta of Filipino Seafarers. Mobile Journal Julie Baisa has the report.
Please ensure the immediate issuance of all remaining guidelines relative to the implementation of this IRR and the Magna Carta of Filipino Seafarers. Monitor its strict compliance by all stakeholders and assist our seafarers to maximize the benefits that it provides. Let us ensure that every provision of this law and this IRR are not just words that appear on paper, but a bulwark that our seafarers can rely on.
This was President Ferdinand Marcos Jr.'s directive to the Maritime Industry Authority, the Department of Migrant Workers, the Department of Transportation, and the Department of Labor and Employment following the signing of the Implementing Rules and Regulations or IRR of the Magna Carta of Filipino Seafarers, the Republic Act 12021 or the Magna Carta of Filipino Seafarers was enacted September last year. Marcos emphasized that the provisions under the law and IRR are designed to uplift the lives of Filipino seafarers and their families.
The Magna Carta and the IRR guarantee fair medical treatment and access to free legal representation, ensuring that in moments of vulnerability, whether due to illness, injury, or legal challenges, our seafarers will have the support and protection from government.
PBBM cited that the Magna Carta also ensures the safety of women in the maritime industry. The law acknowledges the special difficulties faced by women seafarers and the urgent need for their protection.
Sinisiguro ng Magna Carta of Filipino Seafarers at IRR nito ang inyong mga karapatan laban sa diskriminasyon at pananakot.
For his part, DMW Secretary Hans Kakdak said the enactment of the law is the government's way of giving back to the hard works of the Filipino seafarers.
Paying tribute in the sense that we provide the necessary recognition of rights and protection, provision of protection, such as social welfare protection, social insurance, social protection, and also protection of women seafarers, as well as promoting employment and opportunities for women seafarers.
Kakdak also mentioned that there are provisions of wages, rest periods, overtime pay, and other provisions entailing labor standards of seafarers on board foreign ships. Mobile journalist Julie Baisa, We Are One News.
Yan. So, this is only to make sure na yung mga seafarers natin na nagtatrabaho, di ba, ay nabibigyan ng tamang kompensasyon at natutulungan ng government natin kung sila ay, alam mo na-injure, nagkasakit at the time of their, duties and responsibilities or deployment, or kung may mga legal challenges, di ba, may mga pangangailangan sa usapin ng legal, nandiyan dyan yung gobyerno natin para tulungan sila. And also kasi, tayo ang Pilipinas ay isa sa mga pinakamaraming binibigay na seafarers sa iba't ibang mga...
Seafarers, nurses,
and
engineers.
Nagkaroon lang tayo ng setback, I think, mga few years ago, last year din yun, na nagkaroon ng issue doon sa mga...
Hindi updated ang skill set.
Oo, yung 'di ba kailangan i-retrain, kailangan maging up par tayo doon. So may tinatawag sila na parang certain standards na binibigay ng mga seafarers. And of course, yung 'di ba pag nagkakaroon tayo ng mga balita dito na may mga na-hijack na mga nakikidnap na mga seafarers or mga ang tawag doon yung mga ginugulo ng mga pirates, di ba?
Mas lalo sa mga war zone areas.
Sa mga war zone areas, nandiyan dyan. Tsaka nandito din itong Magna Carta nitong Filipino seafarers, making sure na ligtas itong mga seafarers natin. And para hindi na sila pumunta dun sa mga yung mga danger zones.
High-risk areas.
High-risk areas, oo.
Like yung mga sa Israel area, di ba? Yung mga ganun.
Oo. Although meron kasing option na pwede sila, pero
may pay. Hazard pay.
Oo, may hazard pay. Pero kasing iba, 'di ba, parang mas maganda na 'yung wag na lang, 'di ba, sa ibang biyahe na lang kayo kaysa sumuong ka dun sa ganung risk.